What is a trade partner in construction? Why is everybody calling subs trade partners? Is this a new fad or something more? In this video, I will explain the difference between subs and trades and what they should expect from us and what we can expect from them. I do want you to know that as you're watching the video, in the description below, if you like this video, then I'm just kidding, you'll get it either way, but in the description below, I will give you the signage and we'll actually update it for the difference between a trade partner and a subcontractor and the requirements for trades to build on a lean project. Both of them for free for you in the description below. So let me say I'm going to compare the term subcontractors with trade partners, and I will say it's how we think about them, but this is typical behavior. So let me kick this off this way. In lean thinking, there's a concept called optimize the whole, and then there's something called sub-optimization. Sub-optimization is if you have multiple components in a system or a process or a company. Sub-optimization is where one of those components is optimized or working well and the others are not. So let's say in a hospital, one doctor really has a successful practice. Or in a manufacturing floor, one piece of equipment really runs fast. Or in a company, one department is really doing well. Or on a job site, one trade partner is doing well. That is not good. That is called sub-optimization. What we're looking for is to optimize the whole. It doesn't matter ever how fast one trade is going. It matters how fast all of them are going. It doesn't matter how well one department is doing. It matters how all of them are doing together. And so a job site will only ever go as fast as the slowest trade, will only ever go as fast as the slowest zone. A leader will ever only be as successful as his or her most limiting belief. You always have to look at the slowest pace or the most limiting pace. And so sub-optimization allows people to perform differently. You have to have them performing well together. That's called optimizing the whole. So when you hear of subcontracts, that indicates sub-optimization, and we don't want that. We want a partnering effort and effect throughout the entire project site, which is why we call them trade partners. They own a scope and are experts in a scope or a trade, and we need them to partner with us to optimize the whole. And so let me talk to you about the behaviors that you would see from a sub-optimizing subcontractor. Number one, subs blame everything on the designers and never learn from job to job. That means that they'll get to the job, oh, this design's not finished, oh, I need 17 RFIs, I'm timing out, I'm leaving until I get the right information. They will only schedule their work and really ignore what's best for the overall project. Yeah, I want that whole floor. Give me the whole floor. I'm going to bang up all my pipe all at once. I'm going to store all of my duct throughout the building. I'm going to go as fast or as slow as I want. I don't really care about everyone else. 3, they rarely try to understand the schedule. Now, in their defense, most general contractors don't know how to schedule, and they have these huge unseeable and understandable CPM schedules, traditional CPM schedules, but they don't try and understand the schedule. After the meetings, they roll it up, throw it in the trash. 4, sub-optimized subcontractors complain about everything. Well, I don't have that. Well, they're in my way. Well, what about this? Well, that contractor did that. Or, hey, they're not done. Whine, complain, never partnering and proactively solving problems. 5, they always go to the general contractor to coordinate and solve problems, even if they could talk to somebody else or the other foreman themselves. 6, they rely only on the general contractor to keep everyone in line. They never hold each other accountable as a part of a team. 7, they learn lean casually out of necessity. They don't really care, and so they don't really stick to it. They don't make progress, and they try and prove a point. 8, they need to be managed for cleanliness. Sub-optimized subcontractors don't care how they are affecting other trades, and so they'll leave a mess. They'll leave their tools around. They'll stage things in other people's way, which hurts their production, and they have to be managed. 9, they work like an independent company that produces a product instead of a company that partners with others to provide a customer service. And 10, they are always looking to break the rules and find loopholes so that they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, how they want. And so that paints a grim picture. Hopefully by now you're a little bit annoyed at me, but let me tell you, those of you who are watching are probably real trade partners. But in order for us to really grasp this concept, we need to know what a trade partner is. We need to know what is expected. We need to know how a trade partner should be treated. And we have to rally around this concept. So trade partners, number one, know design is difficult. And they work with the engineers and the architects to work around it, proactively solve problems, and they find mistakes ahead of time with those designers so that they clear the path for the work. 2, trade partners schedule together with other foremen and the job site supers in the last planner system to collaborate and commit and hold each other accountable. And they are really trying to keep pace and make commitments instead of just do what they want, which optimizes the whole. 3, they do this because they're incentivized to take ownership for the whole schedule. 4, they bring up concerns proactively and try to find solutions. They are looking at the pull plans. They are looking with the GC at the 6-week make ready look ahead schedule. They are planning with the weekly work plan. They are planning the day ahead in the foreman huddle. They are trying to find problems before they hit. They are not walking away. They are preventing problems so they can keep afloat to their work. 5, when possible, they go to other trades to make commitments. If there's somebody out ahead, they will go talk to them and coordinate handoffs. If there's somebody behind them in a zone behind, they will coordinate with them and coordinate handoffs. If they need something moved or to borrow forklifts or whatever, they do not fear talking to other foremen and making commitments one-to-one. 6, they only bring up problems to the general contractor when necessary. They obviously keep the GC in the loop, but they don't go to the GC to whine and complain. They are solving their own problems. 7, they help hold other companies accountable, right? So in meetings and in planning, they will speak up with other members of the team because they committed to certain milestones with other members of the team. And so just like Patrick Lencioni's model, they will trust each other, have healthy conflicts, set goals, and hold each other accountable. 8, they will try to learn lean practices and they will really dig in, whether it's tact or last planner or scrum or one-piece flow or cleanliness or whatever it is. They will really dig in, like the huddles, for example, and buy in and try to make it work. 9, they keep their areas and their crews clean 100% of the time, clean, safe, and organized. You always know a good company, a good crew, a good trade when they keep their areas clean. 10, they treat other trades, stakeholders, the building owner, anyone surrounding the job site like customers. They treat other trades like customers, and they really deliver customer service by delivering on their commitments. And 11, they follow the project rules and requirements. These are the differences, and I hope that this helps you to understand the difference. So when I call somebody a trade partner, that is a massive compliment. It means that they fit within a lean system. And let me quickly tell you, what is a lean system? A lean system is a project where everyone knows how to be safe in their task. Everyone knows exactly what they're installing and how to do it. Everyone makes improvements daily or at least weekly. The bathrooms are clean and beautiful and respectful for workers all the time and maintained by everyone. The job site team is being good neighbors and taking care of our client. Nothing hits the floor, no trash, no materials, no nothing. We keep everything up off the ground. We have just-in-time deliveries scheduled through a laydown yard or directly through the site. All cords are off the ground and managed in a remarkable way. Everything is on wheels, greenies, or pallets. All access ways are clear at all times. Everything is clean and organized. Everything has a place, and everything is in its place. And contractors pull work behind them, meaning when they demobilize a zone, they pull their equipment, their gang boxes, they sweep it, they finish it, they inspect it, everything's done, and they create a beautiful environment for the trade that's coming in. And so these are the requirements. These are the expectations. And if the general contractor is providing a clean, safe, and organized environment with a flowable schedule, with good contracts, with a site that has bathrooms and lunch areas and huddle systems, then the general contractor and the owner deserve to have trade partners on their job site that are all A and B players, that are all rising to the occasion. These are the expectations. And I'm going to link you in the description below to a beautifully formatted Canva graphic so that you can post it on your wall, because this is the measure of success, and this is the difference between a sub and a trade partner in construction. On we go.